Hey YouTube, today we're going to be talking about a low-cost impact driver for the DeWalt platform. So let's go ahead and get into that on Tinker with Tools. Now the company we're going to be talking about today is Mellif. Mellif traditionally has made tools for existing battery platforms like Milwaukee, Makita, and DeWalt, and they oftentimes are sold at a pretty decent price over on Amazon. Now, the first time I encountered the brand is when I picked up one of their air dusters or shop blowers, and I actually bought it for the Milwaukee platform roughly 2 years before Milwaukee came out with their own version of this tool. And overall, the performance I found to be pretty good, but you're getting decent performance at a reduced cost, and oftentimes getting something that's not available on your platform. Now, this impact driver is going to be a little bit different because clearly DeWalt has impact drivers available on their platform. So then what is unique, or why would Mellif come out with this impact driver specifically for the DeWalt platform? Well, this impact driver is not truly a whole lot alike the DeWalt impact drivers because it does feel more like maybe a Makita impact driver. And as you start to look at them, that's where you start to see a lot of similarities in the features. They both are going to have 4 traditional speed modes and 4 different assist modes that are accessible down here from the control panel. They're both going to have the quick shift button that is located directly above the trigger, allows one-handed speed mode selection for the traditional speed modes, something that I've grown to really like on the Makita impact drivers and I do find myself using. They both are going to have the halo light, which is definitely a very good version of a light for an impact driver. And although I don't know that I necessarily ever found the DeWalt impact drivers lacking in light, the halo light is definitely superior to that and really is a nice addition to this impact driver. Now, a couple of the odd things about it is this actually is going to have what I would call a JIS collet. What I mean by that is in Japan, they do traditionally use kind of these double-ended bits, and because of that, their collets are a bit deeper to be able to accept those bits. And so what you end up finding is if you go ahead and put a traditional 1/4-inch hex bit from America in here, you're gonna find a lot of forward and back play on it, and oftentimes it can be a little bit of annoying if you're not expecting it. Now, they do make deeper bits that are going to have the detent a little bit further in, and when you go ahead and slot one of those in, you get a lot less of that forward and back play. And so you can go ahead and negate some of that issue with just using specific JIS style bits, and I'll be sure to link a bunch of them down below. But before you consider buying this impact driver, I do think it's important to understand that that's the style of collet you're going to be getting on here, because that is going to be something that might be a turnoff for people when they start to try and use this tool. Now, in terms of the quoted specs of the tool, they are quoting up to 2,200 inch-pounds of torque, or right around there. And additionally, they do have up to 3,500 max RPMs and roughly around that same amount for its impacts per minute. So on paper, it does seem like it should be a pretty competent performance monster when it comes to how it compares to existing DeWalt impact drivers. So today, that's what I want to do. I actually brought 2 other DeWalt impact drivers that we're going to test it against, and that is the DCF 840 and the DCF 845. Now, I am not going to be testing it against something like the DCF 860, kind of the reigning DeWalt kind of performance monster, because I really don't think it's going to be comparable to those impact drivers. So I decided to pick these 2. Now, the DCF 840, if you're not familiar with it, this came out roughly 3 to 4 years ago and was kind of unannounced. It just kind of showed up at Lowe's one day. But when we started testing it, both myself and other channels on YouTube, we found it to be quite impressive when it came to its performance, especially for the price you can get it for. Now, the DCF 845 kind of seemed like we took what we liked about the 840, made it a little bit more robust, a little bit higher torque figure, and gave it the 3-speed selector, slapped an XR badge on it, and that's what we got for the DCF 845. For a few years, this was the top impact driver in DeWalt's lineup, and so comparing it to these 2 impact drivers, although it's not the latest and greatest from DeWalt, I think these are going to be the impact drivers that maybe are the most comparable on paper. This one is going to have 1,825 inch-pounds of torque. This one's down at 1,700, but the RPMs and the IPMs should slot in pretty nice as it compares to this impact driver. So that's what I want to go ahead and see. We're going to go ahead and do the performance testing, then we'll come back and talk about some of the real-world use, and I'll give you my recommendation of who I think this is for and should you consider buying it. I don't know that I was necessarily expecting this one to be all that competitive with it, even though on paper it says that it should be. When I filmed this short right after I got it, I actually put this on a nice 3.5 amp hour stacked lithium battery, and I had the DCF 840 on just a standard 2 amp hour battery. The DCF 840 won that competition. Pretty fair, I mean, pretty easily. It wasn't even that close. Somebody in the comments didn't like that I didn't use them on the same battery, so for this performance testing, everything is on a standard 5 amp hour battery from DeWalt, and well, we saw the results. Now, the not surprise to me, but maybe the surprise to you, was that the DCF 840 was the fastest impact driver. That's not something new. The DCF 840 has always been kind of a sleeper in performance. The DCF 845 is very similar in how it performs. I think if we had gotten up to some bigger fasteners, you might have started to see some separation in between the 845 and the 840. But overall, in those fasteners we chose, it's going to be very similar. It was about 4% behind. 4% in terms of an impact driver performance is pretty dead spot on. They were both in the 12-second range. Now the Mellif, that's where we started to see a bit of a performance gap, because this one actually fell about 67% behind these other two impact drivers, and it finished just over 20 seconds for those tests. Performance testing is not going to be the only thing that matters, and I don't think it's necessarily the reason why you're going to go with this. It is a capable impact driver that is going to finish things, but it's certainly not going to have the type of performance and speed that you're going to see out of either of these two impact drivers. And when we start to factor in that they are definitely not the fastest thing that DeWalt offers, I think you start to see that in terms of performance, this one is going to be a bit behind these other impact drivers. Now, in terms of real world use, I have been using this almost exclusively as my only impact driver for 2 to 3 weeks now. I installed a water softener, and that included putting in some blocking and mounting some different things. This is what I used to do it. And I have to say, first and foremost, if I'll mention it again, that JIS collet, if you're not used to it or if you don't have bits that are used to it, that is something that's going to be noticeable. So be sure to kind of check out those bits, or at least know what you're getting yourself into before you pick it up. Now, in terms of how this is to use overall, I think the grip is pretty nice. It is maybe a bit more Makita-like in my opinion than DeWalt, but it is a comfortable grip. That's one thing that's noticeable here, is although they've essentially copied other impact drivers, they've done a good job at doing it, and it is a nice impact driver to use. The quick shift button, that thing is awesome. I love it on the Makita impact drivers. I think pretty much every tool should have it, and it does work well there. The lighting on this is going to be actually really good as well. The light stands out as one of the features that might cause someone to buy this tool over, say, a traditional DeWalt impact driver, I think, because the light is just that good. And then additionally, the assist modes. They're not something that I traditionally find myself using all that often, instead preferring just kind of modulate the trigger. But for example, the one that I do think is really useful, I think it's the second assist mode. That is the one where it actually starts really slow, and then as soon as it starts to fill the screw bite, it accelerates and drives it in. So it's going to really prevent cam out when you're first starting a screw. And it is something that I think does set it apart from DeWalt, who traditionally doesn't have a lot of those bells and whistles, if you will, on their impact drivers. Now, with that being said, what are the things I haven't liked about it? Well, number one, it is definitely not very smooth in Speed 1 and Speed 2. When I was doing the testing for this video, and even in some of the real world use, when you drop it down into those lower speed modes, it just feels like there's a bit more vibration than what you're expecting, and certainly not what you get when you use something like a Makita impact driver. It just was kind of rough. Now, the weird thing about it is when you go up into speed modes 3 and 4, that kind of disappears, and it actually is a decently smooth impact driver to use, and something that I do like. It's just not where I'm going to be using is down in those lower speed modes. So now we talked about the performance testing. We talked about what makes this impact driver unique, maybe compared to some traditional impact drivers. But what are going to be the reasons why someone buys this over buying an actual DeWalt impact driver? Well, I boiled it down to a few different reasons where I could see someone deciding to do it. First and foremost is going to be price. If you're just looking for the lowest dollar impact driver for a new impact driver, this is going to be the lowest one that you're going to find from most reputable sources. It runs roughly about $70 regular pricing, but it can be had for as low as $60 if there's a coupon code. And so when we start comparing to what else is out there in the DeWalt market for new impact drivers, the DCF 840 right now can be had for $80. The 845 can be right around $105. And then, for example, if you look at the 850, I think it runs in the 90s. But I think a lot of people are going to sit there and say, well, if I can have this for 80 versus a knockoff for 60 or 70, I'm probably going to choose that. But for some, price will reign supreme. Now, the next time I could see someone picking this is if they have an older DeWalt impact driver and they mainly just want to see what some of the newer features are like on impact drivers without necessarily paying top dollar. That's where I could see someone doing it. So if they have like an 885 or an 887, one of those slightly older impact drivers, maybe they decide to go for something that's going to be smaller, more compact, and have a few more bells and whistles on it. Coming from something like the 885, I think the performance might even be an upgrade. The last one I could see is if someone just wants a second impact driver on their existing platform, but just wants to have something a little bit cheaper, that's really where I could see this shining and picking it up for someone. So there you have it, the Mellif impact driver. Honestly, a pretty good tool and one I'm glad that I checked out. If you have questions or comments about this, go ahead and leave those down below. Let me know what those questions are. And then if this is something you could see someone using, let me know the situation which you envision it in. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And then if you haven't already, please subscribe and make sure to turn on notifications so you get notified when I put out a new video. As always, thank you for the continued support. And until next time, I will catch you on Tinker with Tools.